We're gonna do a little bit of yoga today. I'm trying to stay in the shade because it's crazy hot here. But let's do a little bit of deep breathing, a little bit of stretching, and a little bit of deep breathing. Let's start in the middle of your mat. Face me. I want you to put one hand on your heart and one hand on your stomach. Now, close your eyes for me. Normally, we take very shallow breaths all day long. We might just come to our hand on our heart. We're gonna take a super deep breath in, and then as you exhale, I want that breath to go to the hand on your stomach. Nobody's looking, everybody's eyes are shut. Let's take a great big deep breath into the hand on your heart. And breathe out. And yes, use your mouth to breathe out. Great big deep breath in. And out. Let's do it one more time. Great big deep breath in. And out. Now let's place both hands on your heart. So much of our day is spent running around, being busy, doing things for everybody else. For these 10 minutes or so, I want this to be about you, nobody else. I want you to stay on the mat. I want you to think of a word. It could be stay on the mat. It could be 3 words. It could be silence. It could be peaceful. It could be anything. Just think of that word. It could be amazing. But whenever I say, think about your word of intention, that's going to be it. And please have it be a kind word. We're still going to stay with our eyes closed down, arms at your sides. Take a great big deep breath up. You can reach up. If you want to open your eyes, look up at the sky, give me a slight back bend, and blow it out. If you want, you can keep your eyes shut. We're going to do that again. Great big deep breath up. And blow out to your belly. Even though your hands are no longer on your belly. One more time. Great big deep breath up. And this time we're going to breathe out to a forward fold. Bend those knees. Drop that head to the crown of your head is on the ground. You might feel this in your low back, hamstrings. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Your hands might not reach the ground. They might reach your ankles. They might reach your shins. That's totally okay. Now let's come halfway up. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see halfway up. It's called a half lift. It's when your back is parallel to the ground. And now drop back into forward fold. Now come to standing, coming up one vertebrae at a time. When we are so busy in lives, it's nice to slow it down. Let's do that again. Great big deep breath up. Back bend if you can. Exhale, bend those knees to forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway to half lift. Deep breath in. Exhale, down forward fold. Slowly come on up. Think about your word of intention, your kind word. And I'm going to face you. We're going to take a great big deep breath up. And hands to your heart. And take a giant step back, let's say with your right foot. Mother, may I take a big step back? That's what you're going to do. Now we're going to come down to the ground. I want you to take a step forward with your left leg. So there's an angle on your right leg. You should feel that right in your hip flexor. You can bring your arm forward. You can bring your arm up. You can bring both arms up. If this hurts, stay here. We want a gentle stretch. I do not want it to be hurt so good, okay? So take a great big deep breath up. You're here, you're here, you're here. And as you exhale, I want you to twist, bringing your right elbow to the left side of that knee. Please don't hold your breath. And come back to the center. Put those hands on the mat. Now, bring that left heel on the mat and come up. Little balance challenge here. Now, a couple different options here. You can be here, you can be here, you can come down here. If that's too much, let's come up here. Okay, this is a great stretch for that hamstring. Get a little breathing, a little stretching today. It's quick, so I'm trying to fit in as much as I can on this one session that we have together. Okay, let's come back down. I want you to bring your hands on either side of that foot. Bring that foot back. We're going to be in down dog. Both those feet, well, heels are trying to get to the ground. You're pressing through your palms and lift up on you're up on your toes. You can pedal your feet out. One heel at a time comes down to the ground. Both heels come up off the ground. And let's lift that right leg up and take a giant step forward. So now our right leg is up. That left leg, see that an angle right here? We're stretching out that hip flexor and quadricep. We sit so much. This is a great stretch for that. Now, as a reminder, you can be here, you can be here, you can be here, or you can be right here. This is your day. This is your session. Do whatever feels best for you. Just try to stay right here. And one side is always going to be a little tighter than the other. Okay, take a deep breath in right here. And breathe out. Let's put those hands down and shift that weight back so that right heel's on the ground. Think of that word, that intention that you set in the beginning of our time together. You can stay here. You can have one hand here, both hands here. But what feels best for you? This is a beautiful stretch for hamstrings that are usually very tight, so both hands might need to be down. And I want you to breathe into where you feel it. Let's do it again. Deep breath up and out. Let's shift that weight forward and bring that foot back. Let's come back to down dog. Again, let's pedal those feet out. One heel comes up at a time. And we're going to come down to tabletop. When you're in tabletop or in plank, I want you to do this. Put your hands in front of your shoulders. Because people tend to do this, I want you to do this. Hands under your shoulders and your knees are under your feet. Let's extend that left leg and that right arm. And I want you to be super tall, so press through that left hand. Your arm and your leg are not higher than your body. And I want you to bring them out to the side so you get a little shaky. What did I say? There's going to be some core today? There's going to be some core today as well. And let's bring it back to the front. And bring it down. And do a quick lean back to child's pose. And come on up. Remember, those hands are right under your shoulders. This time, extend that left leg. I want you to point your toe. All the weight's going to be in that right hand. Bring that left hand forward. So your left hand and your right foot are almost playing tug of war so you can reach further. And you're breathing. Come out to the side. Ooh. And get a little shaky. And keep breathing. And now let's come back to the front. And come on down. Let's come back to child's pose. And I want your forehead to the mat. Knees are wide. You can walk your hands as far forward as you can. And then let them go so your elbows are on the mat. Let's take 3 deep breaths right here. Let's come on up. We have to end with a little Shavasana. Before we do that, I want you to lie down. Think of that word one more time, maybe 2 more times. And I want you to bring your knees in. And I want you to roll your knees one way. And I want you to look the opposite way. And take a deep breath right here. Deep breath in. Close your eyes and out. I highly encourage you to be outside to do this. Bring those knees to the other side. The fresh air is so good for our brains. Deep breath in and out. Okay, we have 1 more minute together. I want you to think of your word, and I want you to have positive and kind thoughts to yourself. Remember, you're not allowed to leave the mat or think about what you're doing after 1 minute for this last first minute. Stay on your mat. Move your fingers and your toes. Bend those knees, roll yourself up. That was probably the fastest minute of the day. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you feel relaxed and use that breathing when you need it. It really does make a big difference. Have an amazing rest of your day.